Hey guys, good morning. Coming to you on this beautiful morning, and I want to share with my friends that have had struggles with physical pain. Any of you that have really woken up in the morning just feeling every single part of your body aching, and you can't even think of what to do next because you're struggling in so much pain. I have had so many experiences with inflammation, with severe pain, and I can completely relate to the struggle. So, one of the things that I recognize is chronic in our society is the lack of breathing. We've lost so much ability to connect with our breath, and that has created a lot of nervous system challenges and aching and pain, histamine, allergies, issues, challenges physiologically that we don't even know we're having because we're so focused on the surface and medicating the symptoms and trying to just make it through the day without crumbling. So this is just a really sensitive topic because the struggle is real. We're all working on improving ourselves. I mean, you know, and it's like a catch-22 because physically you're in pain, and then you need to exercise, to choose healthy foods over comfort foods, to choose healthy mindset over toxic mindset. And then whoever you're surrounded by, that highly impacts you as well. Having a support system and a community that's there for you, that's helping you in your highs and lows, when you're suffering, when you're struggling. So this is just a subject that's near and dear to my heart. I just encourage anyone that is like experiencing this to reach out, put in the comments what's going on. Let others pray for you. Let me pray for you and lift you up in this season of challenge into triumph. I truly believe in absolute and total healing. I've experienced it myself. I know that it's possible, and I am here to be a witness to that. I too have struggled with severe pain, and it is just something that is very difficult to overcome. Mentally, it's encompassing. Physically, I mean, it's all encompassing. Every step that we take, we can feel our body struggling to get through it, and then our mind gets wrapped up in it, and then we just cannot function. It's just very difficult. Emotional pain can have the same challenges, and actually I would argue to say that a lot of our physical pain is totally tied to emotional pain. I think it starts with emotional pain, gets stored in our bodies, we hold on to it unknowingly, subconsciously, and then we end up struggling with physical ailments, we end up struggling with disease, and it's just this cycle of body, mind, and we never get back into the place of knowing that we're in control, knowing that we can breathe, that we're in control of our bodies, and that we don't have to go back into the same patterns. I won't even get into the system of health in this country, and I will not call it health care. Yeah, I definitely have some opinions about that. And, but I just encourage us all to get into our own healing. I have close family members struggling with debilitating diseases, Parkinson's disease, cancer, I mean, you name it, diabetes, and like high blood pressure. Illness is prevalent in this country. It is more prevalent than health and wellness. That's why the health and wellness industry has blown up, and why there's so many options now, because the baseline has disappeared and everyone's leaning on miracle cures and all of these different things, and then it's paralysis by analysis because we don't really know which thing to do, because now we're kind of down a hole and crawling out instead of walking along, meeting the baseline standards and needs, which basically include exceptional diet that's nutritious for your body, not what everybody else says. You know, I've listened to lots of people talk about fasting and this and that, and many of these things just didn't work for me. And actually, a lot of them made me feel worse. So really just getting in tune with your body and saying, you know what, my body is important. I think this is a really big step for people to actually recognize and realize that our bodies are very, very important. And when we neglect them and we don't listen to them and we don't look to the body, and we're always in our mind, never in our breath and body, it creates complete disease, because the body sends the alarms and sets off all the alarms, and then eventually you just cannot avoid the fire. So I'm just encouraging anyone that's getting those alarms today to take notice of your body, listen to your body, and do it without fear. I remember about 10 years ago just being in extreme physical pain. I had an injury and I struggled with extreme physical pain in my hip, and both hips actually. And every step I took, my mind was like blown. I mean, I literally couldn't function. And then I was afraid to like do anything. I was afraid to stretch. I was afraid to move. I was afraid to breathe. I was like holding on to everything. And that actually made everything worse. I see that in our population, in our culture, in our elderly people, that they're just afraid to even move because they're so afraid to get worse, and we can't count on the system to support us and be there in a nurturing way that's honest. So there's so much doubt going on and fear, and that's compounding the challenges that we're having in our bodies. So just encouraging yourself and me and all of us to move our bodies, to fearlessly move, to breathe, notice when we're breathing, notice when we're not breathing, connect with ourselves and fuel ourselves. These are the keys to success and health. I've lost almost 100 pounds in the last year. And again, it's a zigzag process. It's not perfect. It's been really, really not fun in a lot of different ways. I've made it much more challenging, going back to the addictive foods, going back to the toxic things, you know, not moving, that's a big one. Just feeling in pain, being tired, and it's such a snowball effect when we eat poorly or eat things that don't agree with our body. For me, like, I'm wondering even at this point if I can eat avocados, like certain things that my body just does not like. It causes inflammation, then it causes pain. So just knowing what is healthy for my body. Is this healthy for my body? Is it helping me grow, or is it aiding a decline in my system? You know, these are just really important things to notice about what we're doing. Each choice we make is important. A lot of us have leaned on food for emotional support, and that is not going to help. So this is just a truth that I wanted to share with you guys this morning, a struggle that I've had in the past that's just something that I'm really working on. You're going to see a major change in me even moving forward. And I want those that are in need of support, are looking for a community, to know that this is a safe space, to be supported and loved, and that I just encourage you to focus on your breathing today, focus on your body today, even if it's laying still for a few minutes and doing that body scan. There's plenty of guided meditations on YouTube, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, going from your feet to your head, just scanning and checking into your body where there's tightness, whether you're breathing or not breathing. Where's your mind? How's your mind-body connection? And then what are you fueling yourself with? Are those things fueling you, or are they killing you, literally? I know that these foods cause disease, and it's just a fact. I've watched my family suffer. I have suffered, and I am a genius at pattern recognition, and I still fail. I still fail in my own routines and understandings and going back on the truth that I know is real. So I'm just here to encourage you and help you to know that you're not suffering alone. Pain's a real thing. Nervous system challenges are a real thing. Physical ailments, sickness, disease, it's all so real and all encompassing. So I just want to let you know that you're supported, and I lift you up today to the divine, to God, for every single thing that you're suffering from, anything you're struggling with, everything that is happening for you. I bless the hands of the people that are working with you to heal you. I bless you on your path, that you would be guided by your heart to the right places and people to get the healing that you need. And I encourage you to work with holistic practitioners, to not be afraid of medicines and plant medicines and things that can be life-changing for you. Things that sound scary and there's no medical evidence and it's not supported by the pharmaceutical industry, but it can absolutely heal you. Things that in other countries are healing people every single day of cancer, of all kinds of disease that are not permitted here. So I just encourage you to delve into that fearlessly and focus on your body, focus on your fuel, and focus on your mindset, and be limitless when it comes to your own healing, fearless when it comes to your own healing, and know what you need and don't be afraid to get it, whether it's emotional, physical, spiritual, whatever it is. I'm encouraging you today, and I hope that you accept it and receive it with love and grace. I look forward to seeing you soon. Be well, my friends.